As the Tournament of Swords explodes into full-on warfare in Otherworld, will the X-Men of Krakoa get reinforced from some unlikely places? Well then, let's hop into the pages of Excalibur issue number 15, the penultimate issue of X of Swords, and find out together, shall we? Alrighty then, so picking up from where the last issue left off, Genesis was losing her final bout against long-lost husband Apocalypse, and in her desperation, she reached out to the power of the Golden Mask. This means the massive demonic horde that she was holding back burst on through like they were the frickin' Kool-Aid Man, and chaos reigned supreme. Things get so bad, in fact, that Saturnine, the High Priestess of the Starlight Citadel and the chief architect and string puller of this sword tournament, decides to pull on back to her bunker. Saturnine has a plan, because doesn't she always have a plan? It would seem to involve the shattered pieces of Captain Britain Betsy Braddock. We won't fully understand what Saturnine is doing here until a special appendices page at the end of the issue, so let's just stick a pin in this one and come back to it later, shall we? Now back on the battlefield, the X-Men are quickly becoming overrun. It's everything Storm can do to keep the horde at bay with thunder and lightning. The Sword Bearers of Erico are saying that they won the tournament, even though the battle between Genesis and Apocalypse was never officially called. It's everything the X-Men can do to try and survive and make their way back to the Krakoan portal. Of course, not everyone is in the mood for such a fight. Like Whiteblade, he came seeking glory and now he's not going to get any, and he certainly doesn't want to help the Sword Bearers. He hated them from the get-go, and because of that, he opts to just kinda walk off and wash his hands of all of this weirdness. Bae the Blood Moon Hunter finds herself in a similarly strange position too. She was married to Doug, which means she's essentially now married to the X-Men's cause. Why, when the other mutants even try and pull Apocalypse back, who refuses to leave his wife in this chapter of his life unfinished, it's Bae who actually knocks him back when he almost hits Doug. Having Bae on their side is certainly a boon for the X-Men, who could use it right now, but that's not all the help they get either, as Jubilee makes a return too, and she's not alone. She's brought the Green Priestesses with her. I feel like if I read more Excalibur regularly, this moment would mean more for me, but hey, it's still just fun to see Jubilee, who naturally has an invested interest in beating Saturnine and getting her dragon son Shogo back. Now, what was the deal with Saturnine trying to put all the pieces of Captain Britain together? Well, as we discover, it's part of some sort of ancient, powerful Fey spell of the heart. Basically, the idea seemed to be that if Saturnine couldn't get Betsy's brother Brian to love her and be Captain Britain, that she would essentially just, well, put a new Captain Britain together that would be her heart's desire. But because Old English Fey magic is very tricky and more than often prone to backfiring on the person trying to use the spell, well, that's exactly what happened here and now. Saturnine finishes the glass window puzzle, only she ends up reconstituting Betsy Braddock as Captain Britain once again, but moreover than that, a whole call is put out to the multiverse for the Captain Britain Corps to reassemble and help protect the Citadel. And believe it or not, it's on that note right there the comic comes to a close, everybody. And so that was Excalibur issue number 15, and oh boy, is stuff really popping off in this issue. Honestly, this sort of craziness and chaos and destruction is something that usually other events end up making me sick of because they do too much of it too early on. This one waited right till the penultimate issue. A lot of chickens are slowly but surely starting to come home to roost, and a lot of character stuff is paying off. I think Whiteblade had a really cool moment, walking off as we all knew he would. The whole Bae Cypher wedding angle wasn't just a throwaway joke. She's actually going to be sticking around, could probably be really helpful in turning the tide of battle, and may even come back to Krakoa with them when this is all over. The real MVPs, though, continue to be Apocalypse and Saturnine. Apocalypse carrying a lot of the emotional weight for this issue, with him being torn between his love for victory, his love of being alive, but also his love for his wife, maybe the only pure feeling he ever actually had in his very, very long existence. Then you got Saturnine, the slimy little schemstress who has stopped at nothing to try and hurt the Captain Britain family. Also, she can kind of take that power for herself, and yet every time the Braddocks seem to get the better of her without even really trying that hard. Overall, I feel comfortable giving this one an 8 out of 10. Pretty solid, and I'm interested to see how it's all going to shake out in the big destruction finale. Be sure to keep your eyes peeled to the Cape Joel channel for when that video drops in the near future. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.